in at 9 o'clock in the morning. I know
That's okay.
Y'all keep late hours.
I'm not. Oh no. Coffee is fine. I brought my own. Let's see. What was I going to say? Oh, I wasn't working last night, so I'm not dead in the water today.
You're a busy singer. We know that. One of our loyal listeners, Tom, just texted me a picture. He got an autograph of you and the guys with the Skyliners back in the day. I'll have to show you that picture. They're all wearing white suits. You've got a sequin black top on of some kind.
Oh, is that our new picture?
Oh, maybe it is.
It might be.
Maybe it is.
Yeah.
Looking sharp. Well, you're going to be doing a hometown concert.
Yes.
Coming up in Beaver Falls. What do people need to know?
Yeah, it's exciting, kind of, because, when have we been here? It's just been so long, and the Beaver County Community Concert Series is the perfect place to do that. So we are going to be, that would be May 5th, and that's Cinco de Mayo.
Olé.
Yes, Olé. And, that's just going to be a fun thing. In fact, now I always said that was the old Beaver Falls High School, correct?
Yes.
Yes. And that's where my husband Mark went to school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's where he went.
And they were noted when they built it for having the great acoustics in that auditorium, and then it became the middle school, and a lot of national acts have played there. That would include Donna Groom and the Skyliners, talking about that May 5th show. They're titling it The Legacy of the Skyliners. So let's talk about that legacy.
Well, we break up our show into sections, and I think, you have to, because first of all, it's about the group in third person, if that makes any sense, because I can't say we, because in the beginning there was no me, so I didn't do anything. The original founding members, recorded all the great music, had the album, the whole thing.
Songs like Since I Don't Have You and Pennies from Heaven.
I swear. And so then we kind of go in chronological, because just you want to start out with what people are expecting, and we'll end with what people are expecting too, because I call that our bookends. Oh. And then everything in between is things that where the Skyliners have been. They made a comeback in '74, I believe it was, with Where Have They Gone? And then we're working on some different medleys. We used to do what we call the Skyliner medley. That was years ago. And so then we started doing the tunes individually, and it took up a lot of time, but I'm thinking there's more than just the little handful that they're known for. There's a lot. That first album, and I think about them being kids, literally 17 years old, like so mature. Their musical taste was so mature. But I think, where did they come from? They were listening to For Freshmen and high-lows and all that kind of stuff. So they were getting
a little bit of doo-wop, a little bit of R&B,
big band, kind of stuff.
Interesting.
And they wanted to emulate the Four Freshmen.
Ah.
So they really weren't doo-wop. In fact, Jimmy always said, we are not doo-wop. Okay. And neither was like the Flamingos. There's a few groups that just weren't.
Marcel's maybe.
Yeah. He just never, that always, I don't want to say it rubbed him wrong. Not that there's anything wrong with doo-wop, but they wanted to be something else. And
I did an interview with Little Anthony once, and that was the orders from his publicist. No matter what, do not use the word doo-wop. He doesn't associate with that.
No, he doesn't. But that was 60s. And that was Teddy Randazzo music. And so that was a whole another classy thing coming, It wasn't, even though some of his songs used the same chord changes, C, A minor, F, and G. You don't remember me, but I remember you. Still, there were other songs that he did that were just, I think I'm going out of my head. Just beautiful chord changes that had nothing to do with the doo-wop era. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But you know what I mean.
Well, a group like the Skyliners, the beauty, the people sitting in the audience, they have their own memories they associate. They hear a song. That's the song I danced to in high school. That's the song I met my now wife. That's the song we were driving down the road and turning up loud, you know?
Yep.
What do you hear from fans? When they come backstage and they talk to you, what some of the memories they associate with?
I think it's funny because they think I was there on the records.
You weren't even born.
I'm like, well, I'd be in my 80s. It's amazing what plastic surgery will do. And it is, too. But, yeah, for sure. I mean, I look at myself and I think, my God, let's get with it, you know. Except 10 years down the road, you have to do it again. But
look amazing. Well, they brought you into the group. That was one of the reasons, someone to hit the high parts and someone to bring a little stage pizzazz, right?
Yeah, and there was 20 years between us. Jimmy was 20 years older than me.
Okay.
And but that's okay. I think he could see, even though I was young, green, but he could see my musicianship, I think, and he understood that I could talk music, and I understood I could move, I could do what they told me to do, and hit the last note, which I don't really do anymore. We've arranged the song to be more of a group, a chord at the end. It's fine. It's fine.
Totally.
You know, like I always say, look, if you want it just like the record, stay home and listen to your records. Then we're portraying as best we can.
I'm always surprised when people say that. I want to hear a little bit of a flair, a little bit something I can't get at home. So that I'm totally on board with that. Talking with Donna Groom, the Skyliners, a big concert, part of the Beaver Valley Community Concert Association. Tickets on sale for that. It's May 5th. And talk about the places, though, you've gotten to play. I mean, major venues. I always tell the story about you on stage with Stevie Wonder, the PPG Paints Arena, whatever it was called at the time. That was you. Jimmy Beaumont and others were with Stevie Wonder.
We were flipping out.
Yeah, I can see why.
And I mean, it never goes away. You know, you get starstruck just like everybody else, and wow.
And the point was, Stevie was in Pittsburgh, and he wanted to say, this is a group I really liked.
Yeah. And we had found out from, I think it was an article in Cashbox that he did, and they asked him who his influences were, and he said Jimmy Beaumont.
Whoa.
And I thought, well, he would have been a little kid.
Yeah.
And emulating who he heard. So I would imagine, because that was the music of his time.
The Skyliners played Madison Square Garden, and what were some of the other big places that you guys
Oh, God, the Greek Theater, Radio City.
Wow.
I'll tell you what's some of the most ridiculous that I look back, I think, oh, my gosh. The Fox Theater in Atlanta, it holds like 4,500 people, like almost double the Benedum. It's just wide, you know, and it looks like an Arabian sunset. It's just beautiful.
That's where Leonard Skinner did its live album, and a lot of famous bands played there.
Yeah, there and the Chicago Theater. Oh my goodness, Symphony Hall in Boston, and just about anywhere you can think. Anywhere they would be putting up those doo-wop shows, you know. I
was talking with a listener about a week ago or so about how the word oldies music came into fashion. It wasn't a thing until they started having, like Rich Engler would have concerts at the Three River Stadium, places like that, and suddenly people were back into this music, and people who weren't old enough for it the first time were discovering this music. And were Skyliners part of that?
Yes, absolutely. And there's a group of people that are on the younger side that they love it because they heard it at home, and it stuck with them. I mean, good music is just good music. That's all, you know. I was listening to somebody, what do they call it, MIDI Black or Black MIDI or something like that, and I put it on because I thought, well, I'll give everything a listen, and I thought, well, this is more art than you wouldn't sit and listen to it and sip wine. Or have a date. It's art. Yeah. And it wouldn't be for me, but I would say, yes, it's art. That's all you could say.
Now, what's your story? I know you live in Beaver County. Did you grow up here? And how did you suddenly end up in the Skyliners? What was your progression as a professional singer?
Well, we moved here in '74. I think it was. My dad worked for the airlines, so we ended up here. Now, this Pittsburgh is home for my parents, mom and dad, and so we lived a lot of other places, but he always tried to get home. But his seniority never held up. So finally, we were able to get here in '74, and and then I had a teacher all lined up for my piano lessons and all of that stuff. So I was doing that, and my mother got into the school system because she is certified to teach music K through 12, but she could teach anything. She just can teach.
One of those.
Yeah. She could take lesson plans, get it, look at it, and teach it instead of saying, well, you got a free period. But the kids loved my mom. And my brother, finishing out school and everything, and my brother's musical as well. He plays bass. He's excellent, and ukulele. And but we were always a musical family. So when the time came, we always knew the music. And I remember Where Have They Gone when it came out. And it was right there on the radio along with the Eagles and everything else. When everything was kind of mashed together, it was a good thing.
Yeah.
And so was in bands, in a band in high school. And
What were you called?
Fire.
Fire. I like it.
Yeah. They named it, the lead girl was moving, and they said, do you want to sing? I said, sure. So I went out and bought an SM57 or something. My mother had a fit. She didn't want me, they wanted me to be a concert pianist. Now, come on. I was not, I may have been able to do it. I don't know. I didn't want to, I already put in so much time. And you had to constantly doing competitions, and you gave up everything to sit there and practice like an adult for hours and hours every day just to get ready for a competition, and this one, then the next one starts, and then you have to have done this and done that. And it's exhausting, I think. I wanted to live a little bit and be a lot of different things.
You want to be standing on stage and dancing around.
Well, I don't know if I even thought that. I just had I liked a variety of music, and at the time, because I played, it was Carole King, Billy Joel, Elton John, Barry Manilow, all that stuff. So I was into that. So, it just it just morphed its way into that. But I still took my lessons until I was like 22, maybe.
Did you audition for the Skyliners, or did Jimmy get a tip about you?
I think I might have was probably 19. It was there was an article in the paper that 2 members were leaving, and that would have been Jimmy Ross, Kathy Cooper, because they got a record deal through MCA, and they were going out to the coast, and so that left 2 openings. And they were going to start auditioning, but they didn't say where or what or anything. So I called Perry Marshall. And, when the talk shows, and you could call in, and it was great. And
KDKA, would that have been?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he said, well, you want to speak to Joe Rock or call Entertainment Unlimited. They'll tell you what to do. So I did. So they found out from 2 different sources that I was interested in the job, and so they got a hold of me. I auditioned on January 14th of '81, and I got the job. Yeah, they weren't saying anything. I'm like, I'm so nervous. Oh, man.
So you were 19 at that time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wow.
Yep. And so I'm sitting there, and it's funny because you look at yourself when you're 19 and you look like a child. Mm-hmm. And I thought I was so grown up.
And your band members are 39. Were you thinking, man, they're old, 39, that's old, right?
Yeah. I think Bobby Scholes might have been 35. He would have been the youngest. And Jimmy was already 40-ish, yeah. And yeah, so I sat there and nobody said anything. Joe Rock looks over and he goes, "Oh, by the way, if you want the job, it's yours." Oh my God.
And off you go.
Yeah.
You guys start touring, or?
It was kind of slow to start. We had a job in Moon Township at the Ramada. I think the Ramada. Could have been the Marriott. Ramada. And they used to fill that, put a stage up, and the people were lined up around the outside.
I'm trying to picture that. People in the audience dressed up nice. Were they smoking cigarettes, drinking martinis? What was the
I
feel?
don't remember. It would be like dinner show.
Okay.
A dinner show. And I mean, that was so fun, And it was set up like, the stage, a dance floor, and all the tables. And they would have dinner. And I think there could have been a DJ there to play some dance stuff. And then we'd come on and do a show, and then we'd take a break, and then we'd come and do another one. So, I don't know. There was just, it was a different time.
Because Beaver Valley Mall had a place like that, top of the mall.
Zeros.
Did you guys ever sing there? Or?
I didn't.
Okay.
You
might have been bigger than that at that point. Skyliners probably, but it was an example of a dinner club.
Right. No, they did it when Jan was alive. All the originals did all of that. And even Mark played, he was playing drums with his brothers. They used to play there in the lounge anyway. But when the entertainers would come into the showroom, they used to have all kind of people come through. 4 freshmen used to play there. Oh. Julie DeJohn was there. She was at one of the proms I went to. Yeah, it was nice.
We're talking with Donna Groom. Donna Groom and the Skyliners have a show in Beaver Falls May 5th. We're going to have more from Donna in a minute, but one quick break, and then we'll have Noah Haswell with news. When you're suffering from lower back and neck pain, it may be tempting to stay on the couch all day, but that's just a prescription for more pain. Although getting up and moving might be the last thing you feel like doing, physical therapy and exercise can be the best way to reduce pain. It's time to call Dale Reckless at MRS Physical Therapy in Bridgewater and Cranberry. At MRS Therapy, they believe in promoting wellness and injury prevention by designing customized treatment programs to meet each patient's specific needs. Don't let lower back pain or neck pain ruin your active days ahead. Call Dale Reckless at MRS Physical Therapy today. MRSphysicaltherapy.com or call 724-728-7550.
Put freedom in your future. Freedom United Federal Credit Union in Rochester.
If you own a company or a small business, you might have considered advertising on radio. It's smart because radio is still the most far-reaching media outlet today. WBVP and WMBA can get you results. Get more information at beavercountyradio.com.
Beaver County Radio's news source. 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and beavercountyradio.com. Here's Noah Haswell.
Good morning. On this Tuesday, April 21st of 2026, we will have a complete Beaver County radio weather forecast after we take this look at news. We got some breaking news here as a lawsuit was recently filed against the Pittsburgh Pirates stemming from a fight between a fan and a game day employee which occurred at PNC Park on May 4th, 2025. Video showed the fan and the employee fighting during the Pirates' game. That fan has now sued the Pirates and the employee. The lawsuit filed in Allegheny County on behalf of Patrick Egan alleges that during the fight, Egan suffered a concussion and facial injuries, including a chipped tooth, a bloody lip, and more. The incident began when Egan and his friend were accused of harassing a woman who worked at a concession stand. The game day employee, identified in the lawsuit as Raymond Stroud III, intervened in the situation. Stroud was immediately suspended, and police confirmed last year that no charges were filed in the wake of the fight. Egan is seeking damages for assault, battery, negligence, and invasion of privacy. The suit also alleges that the Pirates failed to release security surveillance video of the incident that would have showed that Egan did not harass the concession worker. Peoples Natural Gas and its parent company, Essential Utilities, is reminding businesses, contractors, and homeowners in Pennsylvania to contact 811 before beginning any projects that involve excavation, no matter the size. This simple process is designed to prevent unnecessary hazards through the PA one-call system. Peoples Natural Gas recommends following these steps before beginning any project. Call 811 at least 3 business days before digging. Wait for utility locators to identify and mark the location of underground lines. Notify the appropriate utility company immediately if damage occurs to pipelines, line markers, locator wires, or warning tape, and respect the markings and use appropriate excavation techniques throughout your project. Blue Notes and Blessings brings together some of Pittsburgh's finest jazz artists for an elegant evening benefiting Our Lady of Fatima School, St. Monica Catholic Academy, and St. Peter and Paul School. This event will take place on May 7th at 6:30 p.m. at Seven Oaks Country Club in Ohioville. Headlining the night are Grammy Award-winning saxophonist Eric DeFade and acclaimed vocalist Kelly DeFade, with selections by legendary Pittsburgh jazz pianist and composer Mary Lou Williams. Guests will enjoy exceptional food and handcrafted cocktails along with coffee and desserts. Local cigar sommelier Vince Orend will also be on hand with custom cigars rolled and the chance for guests to roll their own. Tickets are worth $150 at BlueNotesAndBlessings.org.
And you got the scoop from our last guest, Steve Catanzarite. I'll be there doing some opening remarks of some kind, so I got to think of something clever to say. But I'll be there, looking forward to it.
And cocktail attire and evening dress are encouraged for that event as well.
Oh, I got to dress up. Okay.
And PennDOT is announcing several state-owned roadways, or they already announced, that several state-owned roadways closed for the 2026 NFL Draft in the city of Pittsburgh. This continued yesterday, and these roads will remain closed for the duration of the draft unless otherwise noted. The detours and closures this week, along with more information, can be found on our website at beavercountyradio.com.
Here's the Beaver County forecast.
We're going to see lots of sunshine today, along with a chance of showers and possible thunderstorms later in the evening. We'll reach highs of 66 and drop down to lows of 55. And tomorrow it'll be partly sunny with a chance of rain and thunderstorms. Expect highs of 70 and lows of 48. I'm Lisa Marie with your Beaver County weather.
On this Tuesday, April the 21st of 2026, at 35 minutes after 9, we've got a temperature of 44 degrees with fair skies out there currently in Beaver County. That's a look at the news for now. I'm Noah Haswell on 99.3 FM, AM 1230 WBVP, 95.7 FM, and 1460 AM WMBA. Also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
Thank you, Noah. Scott Tatey here. We're joined in studio by Donna Groom, and we're also streaming on our Facebook page. You want to see Donna's pretty green blouse you got on there? Hair looking perfect. You're doing a show at Beaver Falls, part of the Beaver Valley Community Concert Association. Talk about a cool annual thing they do there, the BVCC, led by Donna Groom. They have 4 or 5 concerts every year. Sometimes it's national touring groups, and it's just a neat way to bring music to people.
Oh, yeah. They've got this this agent that comes out of Nashville.
Oh.
And he goes and visits the places to see, and they pick out of this book or whatever, they pick who they want, But I think in our case, you have to have at least one local act every year. So I thought, well, great. Yeah.
And tickets, you can get them in advance at bvcommunityconcert.org. We have a story on our website. I'll make sure we have your interview with you on our website as well. And you can buy them at the door as well. But it'll be Donna Groom and the Skyliners, May 5th, Beaver Falls Middle School. Talk about who else is in the group with you these days.
Well, of course, the longest member is my husband, Mark, on the drums. Mark, that's how I met him. And
he was already in the group? Or?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he was much older than me, too. Oh, gosh. So Mark was there, and he played with his 2 brothers, Dale and Terry. They were there first, and then they brought Mark in. And let's see. Right now, we've got our lead is John Sarkis, and he's from the Bethel Park area. We've got the next member would be James Gregorakis. We got lots of Greek people.
Yeah, about that.
Yes, Gregorakis. We call him Jimmy G, and he sings the lower parts. And he's kind of a baritone. He's got a nice voice. He kind of sounds like Bill Medley.
Oh.
Yeah, but he could sing anything. Let's see, John. Same with John. Just all around, kind of singer. When I heard him, I knew. I thought, this is who we need. Exactly. I didn't audition anyone. I heard him. I'm like, this is it. We're stopping right here.
Y'all look good in the photos. They got their white sport jackets on.
They're
over
dinner
black
jackets.
Yeah. You're wearing a black thing. Okay.
And we've had a few different people, but now we have Paul Bonato. And Paul was on Broadway, and he's been all over the world. So, and he's from Canonsburg area. That's home.
Okay.
And he and his wife had lived in New York for a long time, but then he was on tour. And she was a wardrobe mistress for, I want to say, the Phantom, I think.
On Broadway, wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And so the home is Canonsburg for them, and Jimmy G is also from Canonsburg. Yeah.
All roads lead back to Western PA. So many people have moved on, and you end up coming back at some.
Somehow.
And your concerts for the Skyliners, Donna Groom and the Skyliners, do you tell any stories between songs? Do you ever give the inspiration or what a song means to you or something like that?
Sometimes, yeah. Like my favorite song is Lonely Way.
Oh, why is that?
I don't know.
It's fun to sing.
I just I don't know that it's fun to sing. I just always like the way it's settled. And there's a little place where we do back and forth. But that's not why. I just always liked it. Just thought it was somehow it just set right in that little place. Always liked it.
I can see why. And we've talked to you before, some of the solo things you did. Are you still going to revisit the letters from I want to get the right title of that. What is that called?
Well, it was called Love Letters,
Love Letters.
at first, but we had to change that because there is already a Broadway play called Love Letters, and it's with two people reading letters. And then it was kind of sappy, and we said the guys aren't going to get there. And so, you don't know how to present something, and that means everything. So then we went with Words of Warriors, and my mother says, I hate it. It sounds like tanks. So Mom knows, okay, so we don't call it Words of Warriors. So then the women wouldn't go. So we decided that one of the songs is From a Distance. The Julie Gold 3-time Grammy winner, Song of the Year. Bette Midler sang it.
Right.
From a Distance. So we're like, well, that's what the whole thing is about. It's being separated, and the feelings that you have, the stories that people tell through their letters, being away from each other.
In this concert, you would read a letter from a soldier sending home to a loved one, and you would then sing a song from that particular
From that era.
whether it was Civil War or Vietnam.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's really simple, but it's hard to explain to somebody, and they're like, huh, I don't get it, especially when you're asking for money. They're like, well, what is it? I don't get it. I go, think of it as a Ken Burns documentary wrapped up in a concert.
There you go.
That's it. Letters and music. So it's called From a Distance, Letters and Music of Wartime.
All right, I can follow that. Yeah.
So-
Is that something you'll be revisiting at some point?
Oh,
or-
yeah.
Okay.
As, gosh, it's always, and I've said this every time I've been on here, you need the money to do the concert film because I showcased it in New York. And first of all, we had some sickness. There was my poor music director had the flu. He couldn't go. So that left me. You'd think you'd find somebody in New York to play, had charts, everything. Couldn't. It was last minute. I had to play. So I couldn't stand up and present the thing. And we had to shorten everything. And it was just a costly, big mistake. Big mistake. And I'm sorry I did it, but I learned a lesson from it. And we thought, well, the thing is to get it out there and so people could see it. But really my goal for it, and because I've done this with my music series, let's get it on television. Let's stream it. Let's put it on Netflix or on, there's all kind of streaming services, PBS even.
I was going to say, you mentioned Ken Burns. Yeah. WQED.
Yep. And, at the time they're like, well, we'll air it, but we can't produce it for you. And I understand. And now it's worse yet with funds.
Yeah.
But, yet you see all this stuff going on and you see things funded and you're like, well, where the heck did they get the money? So, everybody's got their hand out. But this truly can't be, I can't fund it. So I'm putting together a press kit. And just keep your fingers crossed. I'm just going to keep it up until I absolutely run out of every possibility.
You done like a GoFundMe or crowdfunding or whatever
I never wanted to do that because to me that's like a desperate. That's a last resort, desperate. We went with an executive summary. Oh, we thought we were smart. Executive summary, investors, give them 20% back, plus blah, blah, blah. And it just, I couldn't interest anybody. They're like, there's too much risk. I'm like, risk? Okay, fine. So really what I think it needs to be is philanthropy. That's just all there is to it. Somebody who doesn't care if it goes or not, but they want to see it and they'll help you to push it.
Has an attachment to veterans and music. Yeah.
Exactly right. It has to be somebody that cares and that doesn't care about the money. Write it off.
Now, what about someone who wants to just hear your voice? You have albums out there, right? Are you on streaming sites, or how does someone have Donna Groom in their car when they're to
Come
sing?
pick me up.
There you go.
Take me to dinner. Dinner and drinks. No, you know what? I still have, honest to gosh, I have a website, donnagroom.com. In fact, if you go there, donnagroom.com, you can look at the From a Distance. There's a little teaser reel on there, and it tells you what it is, and with my vocal fry, the whole thing. And if you really want a CD from there, you can get it there because it's still, I've never put stuff on Spotify and this and that, and I guess I should because it's really, that's one of those things where like, okay, you're going to make a penny and you're going to pay them a portion of the penny, and it's just a lot of trouble.
Yeah, not a lot of money that way.
And I'm finding out that older people don't go that way, and I don't know that this would be a young person's interest. I don't know. But, I mean, they're on to all of that stuff.
But I remember you and I were at Cafe Colache. I ran into you. You were talking about a Stevie Wonder tribute album you were doing.
It is. Just Wondering, it's called. If you really want to have one, just contact me through my website.
You got it on CDs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See, that's another thing. Is anybody doing CDs anymore?
Vinyl albums came back. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. Could happen.
It could.
So when people were listening to the Skyliners, the original band, they would have had 45 records. They would have been
Absolutely.
jukeboxes, and but their music has been since released, right, in different ways on vinyl, cassette tapes, whatever, and now CD. Yeah, so.
And I think people are looking on YouTube. I mean, we all
Yeah.
do it.
Oh, yeah.
It's bad
Yeah.
to just, load up a mix thing or whatever. You can. I think that you can't even get a CD player in a car anymore.
Very true.
It has to be on something else. Your phone, Bluetooth,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I still have a boombox at home, and I worry when that tape player breaks.
I know.
I got a couple
What
100 or
happened?
1,000 CDs. They're not going to be used. Yeah, but that's not the problem. The problem right now, we got to talk about Donna Groom and the Skyliners. May 5th, it's coming up. Mm-hmm. Do you have any Skyliners doing anything else this spring or summer?
Yeah. Let's see, The Legacy, and that's over there in the North Hills.
What's that?
That is Cumberland Woods. It's like a retirement community. They've got this nice little theater called The Legacy, and we're doing it's an afternoon concert. It's like 3 o'clock, I believe, on the 27th of July. Is that right? No, June 27th. Wait, I've got my trusty.
Is there a Skyliners Facebook page or anything?
Yes,
or?
there is.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
absolutely.
Got to have that.
Oh, yeah. Yep. We've got the Legacy Theater, 27th of June, and that's at 3 o'clock, I believe. And the next day at Santello's in Canonsburg. And that'll be kind of a between 6 and 8, I think. We're going to do 90 minutes in that space. And I'm trying to think what else is here. You know, it's just some summers are gangbusters, others not so much.
The show in Beaver Falls, tickets are available at the door for $25. Students get in for $5, and they'll accept checks or cash at the door only. So no credit cards. And then you can online go to bvcommunityconcert.org, and there's a place to click right there to catch that May 5th show. So you're kind of a Beaver Falls area, right? So it's kind of a homecoming show for you. And
Yeah, we're over in Big Beaver Borough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. We'll be in the State Theater, Capitol Music.
In Wheeling?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice place.
October 10th.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And that's the guy, Charlie Pappas, and he used to put the shows on at the Benedum after Henry DeLuca was done. But it's just, I think what's happening is it's just getting too expensive to rent the theaters. And then when Live Nation gets in there, you can't afford to rent anything.
Yeah. Well,
So you're going to be looking at, high schools but that's okay. People are fine with that. We do that all the time.
Beaver Falls Middle School, you don't have to pay to park. You can.
That's right.
Yeah, it's not like the Benedum Center. You got to fork out $50 to park anymore.
Yeah.
Right? You mentioned Joe Rock as one of the people that got the Skyliners off the ground. That's a name that's associated with a lot of
my goodness.
Pittsburgh
Well,
bands.
He
The
was
Jaggers.
the lyricist.
Yeah.
The lyricist.
For the
of all
Skyliners.
this- Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So all of those songs, he wrote the lyrics. Jimmy did all the music. He was very talented.
For a while, they were talking about doing a Pittsburgh Music Hall of Fame. Remember they had that? They called them the Legends. And they had a couple inductions, and then it kind of faded away. But
It's
Yeah.
all money. It's all money related.
the Skyliners definitely would be part of that, chart toppers. And what's the one song you get requested for the most? What's the one that brings the people to their feet, or the one they
Oh, it's Since I Don't Have You.
gotta
for
be?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. We always open with Pennies because it's up and it's swing, and it was like, But you always close with Since.
That's been in movies and in TV shows.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, lots of them. And re-recorded, I think, by over 100 artists,
oh, wow.
including Guns N' Roses.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Imagine, it's horrible. Just horrible. But hey, cha-ching.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I think there was a lot of money made from that, publishing and, writers.
if you hung on to the rights, you got 50% of whatever Guns N' Roses made. So,
Yeah, I think those were good times for Jimmy, which is good.
yeah. All right, now let's recap everything people need to know. It's the Beaver Valley Community Concert Association. This is the final show of the season, by the way. And they've had, I did an interview with Jim Ruggiero, who was the,
Yes.
Was
Did
that-
you
was that
call him or
yesterday?
did you see him?
he called in.
Oh, he did? Okay.
He was funny.
Oh, he's adorable.
Funny guy. And
He's
what else?
another one that doesn't look old enough to work.
Yeah, right. Some other shows they had, How Sweet It Is. That was a James Taylor impersonator. I don't know, tribute act maybe, but he looks like James Taylor, so I'm going to call him impersonator. And then who started off this? The Mid-Atlantic Men was the first show of the year, and they were kind of a throwback doing Broadway, everything from Elvis to Billy Joel to Broadway. So that's
nice.
just an example of what
Good
the
music.
BVCCA does. They always, early August, announce their upcoming season. So stay tuned for that. But you're the final show of the season. Again, this May 5th. And what else do you want people to know about Donna Groom and the Skyliners? Come on.
Just, you know what? We're still hanging on by our fingernails. Just anywhere you see it, just come on out.
Yeah.
Oh, I know one more thing.
Oh, please.
My own show down at Lincoln Park.
Yeah,
and
what's
that'll
happening?
be, that's that one is.
Was it that in the box, the black box? Okay.
No, be the main stage this time.
Ooh.
See, in the box we did From a Distance
Okay.
show. And I really wanted to do that in the main, but that's not what they offered, and I took it. It's like, do it. Just whatever they want, do it. And so we'll be, let's see, July 24th. And that is in the main. I think Pure Gold is on the show, so Pure Gold and myself. And I'm going to do a Dionne Warwick tribute. It's all that good Burt Bacharach music. Yeah.
Will you be? Will there be like someone on piano or
I'll do some on piano,
Okay.
but mostly, I'll I don't know. I'll get some kind of 60s updo and wear a caftan at this point.
I interviewed her once, and it went off the rails in a hurry. With Diane. Musical genius, but boy, she's an interesting
Oh yeah.
interesting person.
Oh yeah. And she's got another album coming out.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh yeah. And everything that she had done up until she did with a Brazilian style because she lives in Brazil. It's crazy. But I met her
Oh, wow.
on a cruise that I worked with Skyliners, and she was very gracious.
Ah.
She seemed quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Very tall woman, kind of big,
Regal.
but tall. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was very, very gracious. Very lovely.
That's becoming a popular thing. Those musical cruises. Donnie Irish just did one in the Caribbean, and
Yeah.
Well, what's that from a performer's standpoint? What's that like?
It's like hurry up, and you're always on call. It's fun. They're like 10 days. They're 8 to 10 days.
Now, how many times are you singing in that period?
Well, usually twice.
Okay.
You do a one of the, like the last time, they break it up in half, and when you get to Puerto Rico, they switch out the entertainers, so you're not on for the whole time.
Okay.
So you either do the first half or the second half, and when you're on there, you do one in one of the theaters, and then we did a second one outside at the pool, and they put these covers over top of the pool, and they put chairs up, and that was fun.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. I mean, do you get to enjoy it too? Do you get to lay out and work on your tan and have a Mai Tai or something?
Lay out in front of anybody. No. I guess people did. We're too busy. They want us to mingle and chit-chat with people and just be part of it. It's just, what it is one great big cesspool of germs, and you always come home sick as a dog. So it's not fun.
You're selling it for me. I'd be afraid of a cruise. I think I would jump over and try to swim the shore. I don't know. I would feel trapped for some reason.
Well, it's big enough that you have places to go.
Okay.
And you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Or there's always nooks and crannies to go to be by yourself. And, but it really, for an entertainer, there's only half the time. And then there's people like Frankie Valli who are on it. And when we docked in Puerto Rico, he came to Puerto Rico and they set up a stage and chairs in the terminal. He didn't even have to come on the boat.
It's Frankie Valli level.
He was exempt.
Don Gallen from Beaver County, he sometimes gets a helicopter to fly him to the boat where he's performing. He got to that level.
Good God. Give me a break. I'm coughing just thinking about it.
Well, none of that you have to worry about when you're going to see Donna Groom and the Skyliners in Beaver Falls, May 5th. You just pull up to the Beaver Falls Middle School, park there, walk in, and get a couple solid hours of entertainment. Great voice.
Yep. And we like to talk to you and just be part of your world.
Looking forward to that. I say we go out with a little bit of Skyliners. What do you think? We got to do.
What's that?
We got to play a little Since I Don't Have You.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, Don.
Absolutely.
Enjoyed hanging out with you as
Me
always.
too,
All right.
Scott, always.
Keep up the great work. Keep doing what you do.